It's time to do a next page. Are you ready? Alright, so we're gonna start with the outside first. So I'm gonna make this slightly smaller than normal. Cut this. Score. Half inch, and we're gonna score a slightly larger than a 1/8. Okay, so in between we're gonna score, so we have some space. Here we go. Burnish this down. Fold the other one. Here we go. Okay, so this is going to be on my left. And I don't know exactly what size, but this is almost the size that I want, but that's not true because we definitely want this shorter. How much shorter do we want this? I would say a 3-inch. So I'm just gonna make a mark. Hold this. And I'm gonna make a mark and cut this down. Yeah, I definitely want to have a 3-inch away. Okay, cut this down. So this is our first base. I'm gonna make another one that's the same size. That's the same size, and we are, good heaven, this is a little crooked. I bumped it into my nails. This, I'm just gonna make this straight. Check if this still fits. Yep. Alright, let's create a, I'm not sure, wait just a second. Always check if it's still nice. Yeah, it's nice. Alright, a 1/2 inch on this side and a large in between as well. So we can have a lot to do on the inside as well. Okay, fold this down. Okay, I don't know exactly how wide this is going to be, so I'm gonna wait for a minute. Just place this above. Just be aware that this is your left page. This is your left page this time. So just be aware that you do not do too much in the middle. So that is why I wanted to stay away a tree. So I want something, so I can create something here. So it will not be interfering. Alright, so this is the tunnel, and this is this piece. We can work first on this page. Let's put that away. Alright, so we have this, and I definitely want to use this again, or the 3 pieces. That's also an idea, just to have it something different. Alright, meaning that we are going to cut this, not cut this, we're gonna mark this the middle. I'm gonna use this piece. Okay, now this you can decide if you want to do only these 3 or you go further, but I think I like these 3. Let's create this fully. And then we're gonna end with a nice round corner at the end. Yes, I like that. So we have a nice curve in the corner and 3 round ones, which we made earlier. So yeah, I like it. But you still can use this one, but then it goes deeper, and it's not always nice. Yep, I like this one. All right, so that we're gonna use. We definitely need a new set of papers, so decide which one. Actually, I do want to use some of the pink, just see where pink, definitely want to use something with the yellow. Do I only have 2 pages yellow? Yes, I do. Alright, so I definitely want to do something with that. And then maybe with some black. A little bit more. And a slight light pink. Alright, that's my new combination for the first thing that I see. Well, this is maybe too busy with it. Alright, so this could also work with it. The black and white. Well, the stripe will do as well. Yep, I will go first working with these combinations. I really like in my next setting. Okay, am I blurry again? Why is that all the time? Each time. I think as soon as I move or something, then it will be. I can't get it straight. That it does not do that. I am hating it. Alright, but let's see which one do we want to start with. So this is definitely a piece that you're going to see. Shall I do this one? I love this one. Or, oh, this one is absolutely amazing. The yellow stripe one. This I definitely like to use. So I'm gonna cut a 1 inch. Also another 1 inch for the back. So cut this with a black edge on your right and left. Cut these 2 together. Here we go. Put one at the top and one the opposite side, and put this on the back and cut it out the same way. You do see me doing this multiple times, so you get the drill. Make sure that everything is nice set. Also with a black edge, left and right. Yes. Alright, let's cut it out. I'll be back in a second. Okay guys. Why is it so blurry again? Why? Alright, so that is done. I did not glue the back just yet, but I also cut it out, of course. Then we are going to make a 4-inch wide pocket. Love that. Yeah, okay. I was just thinking, shall we make just a simple pocket? Or shall we do a waterfall? I do like that, a waterfall. Why not? Why not? Then I would like to draw it first. Okay, 4-inch is this. I think we also can make it a little larger. What if we stay away 1/2 inch here? I always like to draw things and tell you a little bit things on how I come up with certain things. And what if you then do a 4-inch? And it looks like this. Now you still have hair place, because I don't want to make it too large. And what if you then put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait just a second. Wait just a second, because your first one is, shall we do a 4x4? Oh no, 5x4 definitely. 5x4. You also can do a 6x4, but I think that's too large. So 5x4, and then we calculate how much we can. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would fit. That would fit, but. And that's the first one. And then we also want, I think it's too much. Well, it's not. We also can make a flap to the top, and then for the closure. But actually I want to have a pocket. That means if I do a pocket, just a small one to put something in, then this is, I think, the max for a pocket. But then I only can do 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. But if I make this shorter, this is now 4x5. Yeah, I definitely like that. So you do not need too much. I think these, a few pages will do. Yep, and then a small pocket where you can put a tag in to hold this down. Yep, okay, that's the idea. Let's do that. And the reason why I stay away a 1/2 inch here is because this is your page, and if it's too close, then maybe it get interfere. It does not look that nice. Alright guys, what we're gonna start with is a 1/2 inch of this one. So it comes back. 1/2 inch. Let's make this fit in. Try to check as much as possible if I'm still easy to see. With the blurry thing, really get on my nerves. I wish someone could tell me how I will stop that. Okay, put this at the top or bottom, just how you name it. Okay, that's that. Then we're gonna create first this small pocket. We can do that with the 120. This was how deep? Let's say a 1/1/4. So a 1/1/4 plus 1/2 inch for the bottom. We need, that's a 1/3/4 then. Just a nice small little pocket. There we go, make a mark. So this fits nicely. And I already made this mark right here, so that is my goal. But you also can just use the 4 inch. Just place this on your 0 and score 4 inch. I see that this is a 4/1/8 that I draw the line. Yeah, I know. That's because I know. Just score 4 inch, guys. That's the meaning. The 4 inch pocket. Okay, let's cut this down. And then we have the 4 inch pocket. Yes, that's what we want. Here we go. Cut the corners. Just a nice, simple, small, little pocket. I hope it's not too small. I even think that a 4/1/8 would fit better. This is really small, especially if you're going to make these 4. Oh my gosh, do I need to make another one? Yes, oh my gosh. I definitely want a 4/1/8. Alright, first 1/3/4. First 1/2 inch, and then I am gonna score mine a 4/1/8. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Yes. Here we are back again. Yes. What's that with the fold lines? Alright, Mrs. Perfect. Here we have the pocket nicely. Alright. Let's create the waterfalls. Okay, let's see. So a 5 by 4 it was. So then it is a 5.5 by 4 that we need to cut. A 5.5 by 4. And then we score 1/2 inch. So we do have a 5 by 4 left. Okay, can we create another one? 5.5 by 4. And it should be fitting for 2 more. So So 5.5 by 4, and that's 4 times. Should be doing it. Okay, leave your leftovers somewhere else. Okay, first I'm gonna check it out. So the first one, well the last one actually, does not go in the pocket. So and then we need some space for these. Yeah, it fits. Yep, it does. It does. Okay, so put your tape on. You also can put these a little closer to each other. Normally I would stay away a little bit from the hinge, but you also can. Alright, the first one. The first one. So I like to stay away in between the lines that I made. That is why I love to draw sometimes lines, so they'll be helpful. Alright, let's go to the next one. So like I said, normally I would stay away a little bit, but this time it's just slightly over it even. Just a tiny little bit. Just gonna keep my drawings so I be straight. Go. And the last one, definitely the last one, needs to be not in the pockets. But it's not, because I just moved my waterfall pages just over the hinge. So I still have, like I said, 1/4 left. That's cool. Yes, nice little waterfall. Always nice to add extra for your pictures. And a 4x5 I think is a lovely size to have different sizes in your album. And then I'm gonna create with the 160 gram. I don't know if I have a leftover. I think this is all. Just gonna grab. So I'm gonna score at 4. Then I'm gonna see how it ends. Alright, 4 inch. Definitely want to make a booklet. A booklet is more sturdy than just a simple tag. And I definitely want that the waterfall stays on its place. So this is a 4 inch. Fits marvelous, nice big size. And then I would like to go all the way up, well, 1/2 inch or 1 inch lower. I think a 1 inch lower is a nice size. So you don't see right away that there is a waterfall. I always love surprises. Yep, I like it. So that is for this page. A waterfall with a pocket. Cool. Simple but useful. Alright, so now we're gonna decorate this piece. And let's see with what. Can't help myself. I love using this. So let's put some design paper with this one. Love it. Okay guys. What's about embrace the chaos? This is just the perfect word for this card, because I don't like the busyness normally, but I absolutely adore this one. This is so, I don't know, what do you think? It's a color bomb. Yep, it is. So what I did was with one of these I cut in 1/2 inches strips. Then I just started with. Then I covered it up with some leftover strips that I still had. Choose a card that you like, and I cut just a leftover piece of this for this one. The corners, just to give it some, to settle down a little bit the chaos. Yep. But God, I love it. I love it. Yes. Embrace the chaos. Alright, and then this will go in this pocket soon everything is ready. And then you will see this. Oh my gosh, I love it. The first thing that you will see is this. Cool. Alright. I'm in for it. So this page is far from ready, I know, but we still can. We already can. Put tape on this hinge. And I think I like this one to create a little closure. What do you think? The pink will fit marvelous, I guess. Ooh, the black is also, the black and white is all, it settles down. Alright, this really pops up. But the black and white, settle it down. Okay, choices. Alright, I'm gonna cut a few more of these to be a little bit thicker. So yep, you know the drills. Okay guys, so I put it in. Then glue down the back, and I think that we are ready to put this on our left side. Here we go. Nope. Don't forget my tag to keep it all on its place. Yes. Embrace the chaos. Who think of that? Alright, I like this. And now we just have to think about the right side. So I actually don't want to make it a too large pocket, because we're going to do also something on the inside. But what if we just took this to the middle? Well, let me draw a little what I have planned for the middle. Alright, let's see where the middle is. That's here. Alright, what I am planning on the inside. Let's give a look. Alright, so you're going to split this in two. That's the plan. Let's create 1.5 inch from the bottom for a small tuck spot pocket. Okay, then I like a flip up, and it definitely needs to be a 4 inch, otherwise it's no need to make a flip up. So a 4 inch. We're gonna stay away from the top. So this is going to be 2 pockets, and then we're going to create a flip up, and I think even 2, because we have the space here. Not a waterfall, but just a few flip ups. So those goes that direction 2 times. So we have 4 flip ups. Yes, and then we're going to create a tag that goes in here, but also has a flip up that flips in here. That's the idea. Or we're just going to create 2 nice big booklets in here that holds these 2 flip ups, and we have then again a nice tuck spot pocket for smaller tags. Alright, that is the idea. Okay, so and then it would look nice if we put this also to the middle, not further. It's not need to. So if we do this to the middle, then we can create also a nice pocket on the back. So we have 3 pockets. That's a marvelous idea. Alright, I'm just gonna do that. Well, maybe, wait just a minute. If I'm gonna do that 3 times, then I would make this the same size as the half of my page, but then I definitely want this coming back on here. But I don't want to miss this page, this size. So I'm going to add, how much do we need for this? The same thing, 1 inch? Yes! Alright, so we're going to create just a tiny little larger than a 1 inch. Just a tiny little bit larger than a 1 inch. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, do you like this, this way of thinking with me? Oh, I always like to show you how my brain is working. Alright, so For those who wants to know how wide this is, it's a 6.5. So we're gonna start with this one. Yes, 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 yes. Well, I already made mine, so I just can't cut this off. I did cut, yep, the size, and now we are just going in for that same thing with the same piece, 1 inch, 2 pieces, front and back. You know the drills. Let's do this. Okay, let's see. This is ready. I'm gonna put this page on. Go. Nice. Big page. Love it. Alright, so now we are first going to put some design paper on here, of course. And then we can add this on. So what do you think? Shall we go with continuing with this? But I think it's too busy. This is too yellow. What if we do the pink one? Too white? This is maybe... This is definitely needs some to pop up, otherwise it does not have any sense. Okay, I'm not into, well, the black is definitely pop up very, very well. Okay, that is an option. You also can go for the darker pink. That is also nice. Love this one as well. Oh my gosh. I think I will go for this one, right? This really deserves a nice... Wow. Okay. I'm gonna do this. But definitely also a half strip, and 1/2 inch of this one right here. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yep. You know the rules. Okay guys. Okay guys. Yeah. Oh, sometimes I totally forgot that you like to see me doing things, but okay. So what I first did was this 1/2 inch yellow white strip, and then just use this piece of paper, the black with the white dots, and then you just create that one. The black we just keep plain for now, and then I use some beads on this string. Alright, then I decided to go for decorating this one, and then I created these ones. Oh, this is not handy. Why did I did this? That is stupid, because now this does not open that well. Alright, I will remove it. So stupid. And then I created 2 simple pieces that you still can add a picture on. Yeah, this is really stupid of mine. But anyway, so this goes right in, and now we go to the inside. Make some place here. Let's dig in. Okay guys, so we're not gonna make it ourselves too... This was completely too difficult. So we are just going to make 3 pockets. Simple as it is. I'm gonna use the 120. So let's see. Yeah, I think the easiest way is we can do 2. So what I'm gonna do, I first am gonna make a long hinge. And then shall we measure, or shall we... Yeah, I'm gonna measure. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, so you always stay away from the fold line, so that is for sure. So that's, mine is then a 5/3/8. Can I keep it? But then it's too wide for here. So I think a 5/1/4 is better. And if I put these to each other, 5/1/4, yeah, then I stay nicely away from, so 5/1/4. And then it should be, yep, it fits also nice on that side. So a 5/1/4 it is. Look at this, this is just fitting, but I'm not gonna do that. You also can make a mark, but I'm just going to score right here. A nice 5/1/4. Alright, and then we can make 2 pockets out of 1 piece of paper. So we're gonna make the bottom hinge as well. Okay, but we do need one more. Maybe we have a leftover piece. This one, maybe. We're gonna create another one. So a 5/1/4. 5/1/4. Here we go. Yes. Okay. How deep was this? It's a 3/3/4. Alright, then we can cut this already. You fold your bottom 3/3/4. It is. Here we go. Fold it. 3/3/4. Fold this. 3/3/4. Okay. Can I not use? Oh, I think I can use this one. This one is too. Maybe I can. You never know. Alright, so let's place some tape on it. And then you can decide if you want, and I don't think so because I already have nice edges for those left and right page. So, but if you want, you can make a nice notch if you want. That's totally up to you. Oh wait, we just had just a simple one maybe. I don't know. Too much is not always a good thing, of course, says I, who makes so many pockets. Yes, I know. But okay, let's finish this off with all the tape. There we go. Okay guys, so that's our 3 pockets. Always nice to burnish all edges nicely. Here we go. There we go. Okay, and then this should be fitting nice. This is a little higher. Then it should, then I did calculate, but it was a 3 3/4, wasn't it? It was a 3 3/4. Let's check if I cut mine correctly. Yes, I did. This one is just a fraction. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna cut it. It's okay. Alright, so let's put this at the bottom. And I'm just going to put this nice in the middle. Here we go. Let's place the other one as well. Nice against the other one. So I stay away more than enough. And with this one, I'm just gonna can stay nicely in the middle. Alright, I'm gonna place some tape. Okay, 3 simple pockets. Just simple ones. We can go right away to the bottom one. Now I do not know how wide that was. I think a 1.5 will do. So we definitely can use this piece. This one I don't think. Well, we could. We could. We can use this one. Then I only need to make. We can use this one. We can. Alright. This one I don't think so. Nope. Alright, so with this one I'm just going to fold and cut it 1.5. And then I only need to make one more. This one just do it with this little one. Will do. Alright, so I'm gonna make one more. Okay guys, the next thing what I had in mind was some flip-ups, because I still believe that we can do more. So I'm gonna, well, let me first see. I like to stay a little, yeah, I think the 5 1/4 is actually a nice size. So shall we do a millimeter smaller than a 5 1/4? Shall we do that? And then, yes, just a little smaller than a 4-inch, if that makes sense. 5 1/4 I said, doesn't it? Yeah, a little bit smaller. Alright, so well, we have to, I don't want to cut it this way, because then a 4-inch, this is the wideness, then we need a 1/2 inch, so that, yeah, meaning that I like to cut it this direction, and maybe I can use 2. Alright, so let's see, 1/2 inch for the top. And then we're going to cut this a small 4. So it's an in-between. So it's not a 3/7/8 and it's also not a 4. It's just an in-between. I think that will do. Yeah, that's a nice size. The in-between. The 4 and the 4/7/8. Okay, so the 4 Yep, that's a nice size. Alright, so how many do we need? Well, let me first check if this is the size that I was looking for. Yep, that's perfect. That is perfect, and we can do nice 2 of those. So 2 for 6 of these that I like. Checking if I have any leftovers that fits. Nope, those are all too small. Alright, just grab a new page. Done. Alright, so a small 5 1/4 it was. Score 1/2 inch. Here we go. And let's cut that just a little bit smaller than a 4. Okay, just one more. So a small 5 1/4. Half inch. Half inch. There you go, guys. Let's create some extra pages. Why not? Here we go. Let's cut this. Small. Yes. Okay. And in the meantime, I'm gonna tell a little bit more about day 5 of my holiday. But guys, I really enjoyed the time. I was just thinking about those other 2 days that went a little bit wrong, but still, guys, still the day flew so fast. It's yeah, it really went so nice. But yeah, sometimes things happen in life and then the program need to adjust for something else. But so the 5th day, I was actually very excited about that day because we were supposed to have an option to either join a 2-hour tour with a guide or to visit the Neptune cave. And God, I was very excited about that because I already saw it at home about the Neptune cave. So God, yes, I want to skip the guide tour and visit the cave. But unfortunately, the weather was not on my side. I'm just going to flip this so I can see the edge a little bit better. So the weather was not good. Well, the weather was not that bad, but they had to bring us to the cave with a boat, and it was very windy that morning, so that could not happen. Okay, so we decided to join the 2-hour guide tour, but yeah, I was very disappointed. But yeah, nobody's fault. The weather is not our best friend sometimes. So yeah, so we did not visit the Neptune cave, unfortunately. But anyways, the city was so nice. How was the city called? Alghero, it was called. I just watched how it was called. Alghero was a very nice town. Amazing, so much to see, but unfortunately not the caves. Alright, so now we have a second piece of but I'm just going to glue this down on top. We're not going to make some waterfall kind of thing, but nope, we are just going to put this right on top. Just 2 flippable pages right on top. Place for photos, guys. Place for photos. Alright, put this on top. There you go. And the last one. But after the 2-hour tour guide, we were able to walk ourselves, and we enjoyed it very, very, very much. I was very amused on how cool the jewelry looked. I was very, very amazed by that. So there were so many stores that I wanted to go inside to see all the goodies. There was even one store that had a ring that I was flabbergasted by, and oh my god, it was a flower, a very nice blue with white flower, and of course not a small ring. I do love big rings, but when I hear the price, I did ask about the price, like, oh my god, it's way above my budget, and I never have expensive rings, not ever, because I switch a lot, so no way that I spend so much on a ring. But god, it was a lovely one. This could be just a slightly, well, it does fit, so just gonna keep it. But it could be 1 millimeter smaller with this edge right here, but it's okay. Alright, so that is ready. Just flippable pages, extra place for photos, and then this is still a nice pocket. This will hold down anything that you put inside here. So we are going to make, I think, again, 2 nice little booklets that keeps it all down. And I think we can do a nice big one, like a 4 3/4 booklet by 4 3/4, and this goes all the way. We even can do it by 7, a 4 3/4 by 7. That's a nice large size. So what do you say? I think I also gonna do this with the 120. So a 4 3, and I need to double it, so I don't think that we can make 2, because 7 and 7 is not gonna work. 4 3/4 is also not the half, I think. Let's see, a 4 3/4, no, that's definitely not. Nope, that's not the case. Then I'm just gonna score mine 4 3/4, fold it double. Oh, maybe we can do a flip around. Let me first cut this as 7. That we can do. This is nice that you flip this around again. Okay, then we are going to score on the right side of this fold. So I'm just going to place this down and fold this around. Okay, I like that. Something different than just a booklet. Alright, that's nice. Can I just give you the measurements, or is that strange? Well, it's a 2 1/4, 2 1/4 and a 7, so we can do that. And the total of this page is a 11 3/4. So we're gonna cut our page 11 3/4 by 7, and then we're gonna score a 2 1/4 and a 7. That makes sense for those who wants to know. We're gonna cut our page 11 3/4 by 7, and we're gonna score 2, what's here? 2 1/4 by 7. Alright, that makes sense. So a 11 3/4, 11 3/4. That's this size. Is it? That's this size. Oh my gosh. Okay, by 7. Then we're gonna score a 2 1/4, 2 1/4, and a 7. And then we're going to fold this around. Is that the same size? Yep, it is. It's the same size. Alright, one more. So it's the same size as an A4, 11 3/4. I'm going to cut this by 7. And then we're going to score a 2 1/4 and the 7. Here we go. So we're going to make 3 nice fold out booklets. That is so much nicer. That fits marvelous in this page. There we go. Yep, and then we still have place. Oh yeah, I actually wanted to do, well, let me tell you what I actually want to do. It's not that bad, but I actually want to have a tag booklet that flips up. So I'm just going to place this here and then here. But that's, yeah, I really like this more, even better. And then we can do nice little pieces. For example, this guy right here. I do like the size. Wait just a second. Small little things I also like to write something small in. For example, just use whatever you have left in your stash and then later you can decorate. For example, this tiny little booklet. Here we go. Just for example, you can add anything in these small little pockets, but just add a nice little booklet, whatever you have in your stash, guys. Just check what you have. This one is not that easy. Like this one, it's a nice tag. Maybe you even can use it this direction if it comes over it. It's all up to you. What's this? This is also a leftover. I think we can just cut this direction, why not? So we have another little booklet. Here we go, again, whatever you have here in your little standard. This one is a small one, but it's maybe too small, but you can make it this direction. Make a little tag, just a tiny little tag with all your leftovers. Cut the corners and then you have a nice tag that fits in here. And let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, this one is a little bit bigger, but fold it in half, guys. Just do anything that you like. Make it a little larger. Fill all the pockets. Not necessary, but always nice. Even if you're not gonna decorate this, let people do whatever they want to do with the pieces that are inside. People can white on with a white gel pen or whatsoever, but I like it. Alright, 3 full pockets. So cool. Yeah. And once you have all this full decorated, then I think that we can keep this as a nice big photo frame. Because I think if you're gonna add all your papers on here, that you will have plenty. Oh wow, maybe I think that I'm gonna use these for here below. That's so cool. But you also can use these for just making little tags or maybe a nice strip only. That's all up to you guys. Use it all, guys. I always tell you, just use it all. Alright, that's the basic, and now it's time to decorate. Time to babble, time to join. Yes!